Hey guys, Hillside Gardener coming at you at the Hillside Pepper Patch. And believe it or not, after 3 weeks of being gone and probably 2 months of it not raining at all, it's actually raining right now, if you can hear that in the background. Like I showed you in my last couple videos, all the damage, especially at my house, all the garden is just dried out. It's all just dead, but you know, that's one of the things that happen on the hillside. If you're especially in like the upper slope, you know, water drains downhill. So anything like kind of up there, like at my house, everything up on the hillside, unless you water it a lot, it's going to dry out, especially my southern facing slope gets that intense sun. So it just kind of makes it worse, you know, but I fully expected this pepper patch to be just withered and destroyed and just dead. But to my surprise, looking in here, this is no rain until today, obviously. But check it out. I have ripe banana peppers that have fully matured to red. Those are some Jimmy Nardellos back there. Some more banana peppers right here that are still alive. The plants are not, you know, not overly abundant. They're not producing like crazy. Here in the first row of the plants that get the most sun, that are closer down the slope here, definitely do have some peppers on them, which I'm going to go ahead and harvest today. But yeah, I mean, if you look farther in, yeah, they're not quite as productive. A little bit more spindly, I suppose, from lack of sunlight. But you're going to have that in a situation like this. But I think overall this year, my little pepper patch here was just an experiment. If you haven't watched how I started this thing out, go back and check that out. I might leave some links up there for you. But this was just, you know, zoom out here. This is just right on the edge of the woods right here. And just right there. So this is the deer netting around it, and this is some old like mesh. Was it a part of an old hoop house? Like I said, put the roof on it, keep the deer and everything out of it, and it has survived. These are some old recycled posts from that hoop house I did have that was had a tree drop on top of it. Anyways, you know the story. I haven't watered this. It's been super hot this year, but you know what? It has survived. So this is I would say this is a success. Next year, I'm going to try to do some different things inside the little hillside patch here. I'll grow some peppers, but I'm going to try some different crops. And if you look in the back row there, if you'll zoom in, let me go ahead and pause and get inside the net here for a little better up close look. All right, so inside the netting here, I have one post I've kind of noticed back there. It's kind of sliding down. I'll need to go ahead and anchor that back in the ground, but I'm kind of blown away at the lack of weeds that have grown in here. And like, this is just the red clay. So, but right here, there are, you know, not much production in the back here. In the middle row, much more productive, as we do have some peppers. There are a couple ghost peppers here in front of me. Plants are holding on. They're not super green and lush, but the leaves, I mean, they are healthy. There's really not that much insect damage really to speak of, but you'll notice we'll be speaking in the front row. These guys do have much more sunlight, and probably the water as it's draining down, if any, you know, is going to accumulate farther down on the hillside. So that's going to probably help these guys out a little bit more, which may explain why they are doing better. Maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, if you guys ever are interested in creating your own little woodland plot of some kind like this, I'd highly encourage you to just at least give it a shot. You know, I had no expectations for this whatsoever. These were actually extra plants. I had no room in my garden and my greenhouse back home. So I figured I'd just plant them out here, and if they grew, they grew. If they didn't, you know, it was a fun experiment. So I'm totally blown away by this. Next year, like I said, I'm going to try maybe a row of peppers, but I'm going to try some other crops next year. I haven't quite decided, but I think potatoes may be one of them, just to see how they do in a kind of hands-off, you know, patch like this, which is, it's all about experimenting, having some fun. The deer did not bother this deer netting and these little posts definitely have worked just fine. And as you see out there, there's nothing to keep these deer off these plants besides this little bit of netting. And not probably 10 feet behind me is just some of the biggest buck traps I've seen in a while. And there's a little path where they you know, kind of go from neighbor side over here down to the other valley over there. So there is deer pressure all around. I know they've seen it. They have to have seen it. So that being said, I'm getting poured on out here, but yeah, I'm totally blown away that these guys are still alive. So people might talk crap about some clay soil, but you know what? The clay soil kept these plants alive. It retains moisture. I've added some compost and a lot of leaf matter early in the spring, which I attest to helping retain just enough moisture to keep these guys alive. That being said, the netting on top actually, I believe, helped keep some of the blazing sunlight off of them, so that would kind of protected them under that aspect. And last thing, I'll wrap it up here because I'm actually getting drenched at the moment, is wow, sorry, it is really coming down. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there, guys. I don't know what I was going to say anyhow, but thanks for checking out the Hillside pepper patch. I'll probably make one more video here towards the end, about another 2 to 3 weeks. This is really all we have left of the growing season before our first anticipated frost is happening. And I might do a final harvest video, kind of reflections on the whole season, what I've learned when I'm not so rushed due to the rain. So I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.